Hey ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to cover mixed media collage, okay? So mixed media collage is, let's actually break it down. So mixed media, what is that? It's this idea that we can take lots of different art materials, and collage is the idea we put things together, okay? Like we connect them in a unique way. So collages tend to be like paper and fabric, and that's what we tend to do when we're younger, okay? But instead of just using that, we're going to be able to use papers, markers, crayons, paints. If you want to add in like sewing or fabric, whatever you can get your hands on is what we're going to use for your project, okay? Now, I want to kind of go through a couple of things to kind of explain what this is about, all right? So first off, there are a couple examples. If you look next to the my screen right here, okay? Oops. You'll see that there's a couple of examples, all right? And at the bottom, all right, you're going to see a video. Now, I'm going to ask that you kind of go through that video in a little bit and just see what this artist is doing and how this is doing, okay? So the process is pretty simple. We build it up from the background, okay? So we have the flat paper, we add stuff on, and we keep building, further and further, which means actually closer and closer, okay? So when I talk about mixed media and collages, I talk about layers. We have a back layer and we have a front layer. Our back layer tends to be like the background, okay? The front layer tends to be the image that we're going to put on, all right? So let's kind of get like, let's see, let's check out a couple of examples here. Let's talk about the red roses, okay, that are on the examples over here. Okay, so the red roses, how did they make that? Well, let's look at the back layer, okay? So the back layer is patches of different colors, all right? They are probably, okay, I'm going to just kind of go on a limb here, pieces of paper, yellow, different kinds of yellow paper, glued down, okay? And then they may have gone over it with, I don't know, some paint, or maybe they colored over it to give it like kind of a really cool look, okay? We worry about the back layer first and then the front layer. Most people are like, wait a minute, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna use this spot. I'm using that for that. Nope, nope, nope. Back layer first, then you build everything on top of it, okay? All right, now, do we always have to put paper down and then put stuff on? No, no, no. There's sometimes when people, what they'll do is they'll put paper in some spots and then they'll design in other areas, or they might paint in other areas, or they might draw or write in different areas, okay? It kind of depends on what you like to do, all right? So first layer, build it up, create an amazing, awesome background, okay? So we're going to do that. Next, the top layer. The top layer are the houses. They are the flowers. They are the design that kind of like what we're showing, okay? So the houses. Houses clearly look like they're magazines cutouts, okay? Personally, that's what it kind of looks like. And that's fine. The way they did was they designed the background, and on the front, they put magazine cutouts, and they may have drawn a few extra things on top of it. Mixed media collage, bringing things together, all different materials, okay? The next one, we have the red, it's not the red flowers, we have the yellow flower, okay? I think that's a black-eyed Susan, all right? They created a background. It looks like they may have put some white paint on it, kind of like smeared it on, all right? And then they did the actual flower on top, okay, with different materials, all right? Very cool. Next one, same kind of deal. Did the background, then they added on the front, all right? Now, just using two materials is not enough, okay? When you watch the artist, okay, on the bottom, you're going to see that she uses an enormous amount of art materials, okay? And I'm gonna give it a try too, all right? Now, let's say if I was stuck right here, what can I do? Well, you need glue, first of all, okay, whether it's a glue stick or a glue bottle. That is probably one of the things that you definitely need to have, okay? When you glue, just a tip, okay? Make sure when you're cutting, try to cut as neat as possible, okay? Unless it's purposeful and you're like, I want a ripped look. Get glue all over the side of it. Make it nice and flat, okay? Now, what could I have around me? Now, right now, I could tell you, I have my lunch bags, okay? I've got lined paper, I've got white paper, I've got yellow markers, I've got pens, I've got, don't ask me why, but I've got a random oil pastel here. I've got pencils, I have a paper clip, okay? Scissors, I could kind of create stuff with this, okay? So, look around your house, see what you have, okay? I'm sure that you'll be able to, find stuff. Do not panic, okay? Now, a couple other little tips, right? Details. Yeah, we got to talk about details, okay? Details can be what you choose as your material. So, for example, you notice in the one that has music notes, that is kind of like a detail, all right? It kind of works with it. Details also come into the things that we add, all right? So, for example, in the red roses, notice how it's not just one color. They've added other lines, other colors in them. Small details, okay? I'd like you to try to work in getting to details. Add them in, right? I'm not looking for flat and boring. Flat and boring is so yesterday, okay? I want like exciting and full of like life, right? Contrast. Contrast. Light next to dark. Check it out. Dark, light. I kind of pop because I'm next to the dark. Well, it also works with fuzzy next to like smooth, all right? Definitely helps when you have that going on in your artwork. You can kind of see that in the purple flowers, okay? The background has kind of like it's almost like a smudgy, but the flowers are kind of smooth, okay? So look into those too, okay? Now, what do we do as a practice for this one? Well, this one's a little bit unique, okay? So instead of actually physically doing something, okay, which by the way, I would highly suggest that you get a little postcard or a little piece of paper, okay, and try it out, okay? But if you feel confident, you've watched the video, okay, I would suggest you look up, okay, mixed media collages, all right, and add in the word artwork, okay? Check them out. Feel confident? Then you're set to go, okay? Now, practice for here. You are going to be answering a couple questions. That is a practice. Once you're done with those questions, you are able to start your project. Don't forget to hand in the questions, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Well, you've got it all set. You know what to do, and that's all I got for you guys. Bye.